Good morning, I'm Adam Sexton. Reshoring American jobs and reindustrializing the economy. Those are two stated goals of the Trump administration, and President Trump's economic team is working to make that happen. The head of the U.S. Small Business Administration is a cabinet-level position in the White House, and Administrator Kelly Loeffler just made her second visit to New Hampshire in the last 7 months. We spoke with her one-on-one about top priorities, including the fight against fraud within her own agency. Administrator Loeffler, thanks for coming to New Hampshire. Just tell us a little bit about what brings you here and the interest of the Small Business Administration and what's going on in Portsmouth.
Absolutely. Well, it's an honor to serve as President Trump's cabinet-level voice for America's 36 million small businesses. As a result of the fact that we are reshoring and reindustrializing this nation, I'm on a national manufacturing tour because most manufacturers in America are small businesses. And I was just visiting with two manufacturers today, two builders, producers, enablers of American industry. And that's what's so important to this administration. We've never had a modern president that believes in American industry and the American worker, and it's all coming from small business, and that's what our focus is supporting those great small businesses across the country.
Take us inside some of the latest job numbers and what you see in terms of contribution from small business on that front.
Yeah, well, small businesses create 2 out of every 3 new jobs in this country. So when you think about upwards of 70% of this job creation engine is attributable to small business, that's incredibly powerful. And then you layer on the recent job numbers that have come out, the monthly jobs data. So for 3 months in a row, we have either doubled or tripled the number of jobs in the monthly payroll report. So you think about that, that totals about 560,000 new jobs in the last 3 months alone. And so that shows you that small business has confidence in the future, because nothing says confidence like bringing that employee on, training them, skilling them, giving them benefits, and putting them into the workforce.
And there's been a big emphasis on tax relief, not just for individuals, but businesses as well. What are we seeing now as that really takes hold?
Yeah, this is, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the working family tax cuts, and that has really been rocket fuel for Main Street. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we're making small businesses' tax rates permanent, that 20% pass-through deduction, but we're also adding on 100% accelerated depreciation, year-one write-offs for capital investment. And you see we have a CapEx boom going on across the country. Whenever I walk a factory floor of a small business, they show me the wall that they're knocking out to expand. They talk about the people that they're bringing on, the skilled trades that they're helping apprentice and train, and that has really created that hiring boom, that CapEx boom, but it also is played out in the numbers. So if you look at the ISM Purchasing Managers Index, we're now at 4-year highs for manufacturing. That's a leading indicator talking about the growth that's coming. We saw GDP numbers revised up this week. And so we're just getting started, and that's largely because of the working family tax cuts that have delivered no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, those two alone for more than 35 million Americans.
The Trump administration is really focused on finding fraud at the federal level, rooting it out, getting rid of it. How has that worked within the Small Business Administration? I know you want to do a good job and get people money, but you also want to make sure that money is being spent appropriately.
Absolutely. From day one, we have had a focus on reducing waste, fraud, and abuse. And we know that during the pandemic, the PPP program was a really important program administered by the SBA to save small businesses, to get paychecks into employee hands, about $1.2 trillion worth of relief. Unfortunately, $200 billion of that was marked as fraudulent. So it's a great honor to serve on the Vice President's fraud task force. We've submitted the first $22 billion to Treasury and the DOJ for collections. That's 520,000 borrowers who fraudulently took PPP money that they did not deserve to have, and we're going to go back after that for the American taxpayer.
Are there any particular sectors where we're seeing more of this than others at all?
Look, this was very broad-based. Some of it is very systemic. So we see fraud happening across administrations in this government. You've seen SNAP program, Medicaid and Medicare, SBA, Department of Education. So there's a systemic element, and there's really no particular industry other than when you look at some of the scale, it's really coming out of those COVID-era programs, SNAP and Medicaid.
Economic numbers are good. If there's one thing we hear from some New Hampshire small businesses, it's that they are struggling, some of them, with the tariffs. What is the message to those small businesses that are having a harder time with the higher taxes on trade?
Yeah, look, this president believes in the American worker and the American industry. And as far back as the 1980s, President Trump was talking about how we were getting ripped off by our trading partners. And he has moved quickly to reshore American industry, to bring those jobs back. And it's a change for our country where we shipped manufacturing, 90,000 factories closed, 5 million jobs were lost. We're rebuilding all that. We had unfair trade barriers erected against our small businesses by countries around the world. That's what the U.S. Trade Rep is working on, the Secretary of Commerce, me, the President, to make sure that we support our small businesses so that they can export around the world and not be shut out. Most importantly, protect the American worker, bring those jobs back home, good paying jobs, skilled jobs, and that's an adjustment that this nation is undergoing thanks to President Trump's vision and leadership.
Everybody's looking forward to celebrating America's 250th, and there are different ways the administration is doing this as well. How is the Small Business Administration playing up this major milestone for the United States?
Yeah, well, small businesses really founded this country. And you think about our founding fathers, they were small businessmen. So you think about the role of free enterprise in America. We're celebrating it. So we have our Patriot Pitch, where we're going to be having small businesses compete at a national level for $1 million in cash prizes by Clover Networks. And then we're also encouraging small businesses to visit SBA.gov and to sign up to become part of the small business, the America 250 pledge, which they can recommit to the values of made in America, innovating in America, hiring in America, and show that they're proud to be part of America's free enterprise system.
All right, Administrator Loeffler, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
It's great to be with you. Thank you, Adam.